All right. You're going to need to go to a new page.
What if I don't want
I
really thought that I was about to swear.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is another important body function, another important cellular function. Another important cellular function that occurs in both animals, microorganisms, and plants, I should say all. Okay, anything that requires energy to live, which is any living thing requires energy, this is taking place, and it's called cellular respiration. So I need you to go to a new cellular.
Cellular.
U.S. Cellular.
Yeah. Cell pump too.
Learn how to speak, sir.
Clarity and cloudy.
Isn't that AT&T?
Cellular respiration. It's okay. Cellular respiration.
Cell rest.
Yep, cell rest. Okay. This occurs in mitochondria.
Whoa, that's a big word there, buddy.
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
That too.
Okay, the powerhouse of the cell.
Mitochondria.
The mitochondria. It takes glucose
Take sugar.
and makes energy. So it takes that glucose and makes energy that allows you to do anything, like thinking thoughts, breathing, walking, writing. Everything requires energy. Some require varying degrees or amounts of energy.
So that means organs, body cells are mostly mitochondria.
Oh.
Cellular respiration occurs in the mitochondria of the cell. So plant cells, along with animal cells, have mitochondria. So the way that it works for plants is plants make the food for themselves, and then they give that food right to the mitochondria. The chloroplasts basically hand it right off to the mitochondria. Now, can you do that? No, you have to consume your food. You have to eat your food. Okay?
And then it has to use protein channels, get into cells.
It's got to be broken down by your digestive system into nutrients that are able to be absorbed into your bloodstream and into your cells.
If you test it, you have 3 extra protons in every cell.
No.
Not necessarily.
Okay. Thick.
Can I ask you what you're doing, my friend?
No. Yes, I'm trying to clean out my mask with snot.
Okay.
I will ask TMI.
All right.
Show me. It's allergies.
Oh
Darn
my
it.
God.
He has COVID.
Hey, shh, everybody, bring it back.
Let's not make Mr. Dang.
Everybody, bring it back to focus. Aiden, have a seat. Thank you. Okay, bring it back to focus. Okay, occurs in the mitochondria. Occurs in the mitochondria, takes glucose and makes energy. Okay, so we're going to talk about the equation for it. And here we just talked about it needs glucose. What is the equation for glucose? It is C6H12O6. And also what it needs to be present for cellular respiration is oxygen. So we have O2. I'm going to have it take 6 molecules of O2. Okay, those things are the reactants. Remember at the beginning when we said our success criteria is the reactants and the products of all these things. Okay, this is the reactant. We know the products and the reactants of photosynthesis. Now you're going to know the reactants and the products of cellular respiration. Okay, so In layman's terms or in English, that is glucose and oxygen. In chemical form, it is C6H12O6 and 6O2. Yes.
Why are you putting those little lines?
The lines under there just to know, so that you know those are 6 molecules of O2, not that it's part of the equation. Does that make sense? Like, okay, so it's kind of like in math when you have like 5y plus 10x. It's that little, what do you call that part?
The circle.
No, what is that part?
No,
The not the it's not the variable, it's the coefficient, that's it. The coefficient. Sorry, the coefficient.
I'm
Question?
not coefficient.
Yeah, so is it possible to like collect just solid hydrogen and carbon molecules?
No. Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, first of all,
like, what if you
things
took-
are molecules.
What if you took 6 carbon molecules and 12 hydrogen molecules and just 6 oxygen and
My
then you
brain
create
cells are not
glucose?
ready for this.
I agree.
You,
My brain
yeah,
cells
I mean,
I'm sorry, I take it back. I don't have.
how are you going about harvesting?
I don't know. I was asking you if it's possible.
I've been living off of one brain cell.
Yeah,
Because it's been sitting on my brain for a while.
Look that up. Look that up.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would go, like.
Yes,
harvesting carbon with oxygen.
Wait, what?
All right, here we go. Moving on. So, and then what is created is this. Here's what comes out. Okay, here's what comes out.
I have 2 already. I need that.
What needs to be made is what they're trying to make is ATP. 32 molecules of ATP. ATP is the energy that allows everything to happen.
Why do they want
Okay.
so many? It's like
So,
trying to buy soap.
Then, the byproducts are this. 6H2O, that'd be water, and 6 carbon dioxide, CO2. Okay?
Why not?
Now.
Always need
Once you write this, I want to ask you
to show.
a question. Once everybody writes this.
Okay.
Oh, I'll give
so
you a
what is
second.
your question?
Before,
Is your question how much will truck wood? Because then I don't know the answer.
Okay? I want you to talk. I want you to talk to the people near you and think. Take ATP out of this equation. Okay? So eliminate that in your mind. Don't erase it. Don't erase it. What do you notice about this equation? Ready?
They all have the same molecules.
It all contains oxygen.
good job, Corbin. No,
They
all have 6.
They all have oxygen, carbon dioxide.
Anybody was wondering, they all
And
have
hydrogen.
oxygen.
They're just flipped. The writing is just flipped, otherwise they're the same purpose.
All right. 3, 2, 1. I heard they all contain oxygen. Yada yada yada. Heard
Who's
some
been
other
giving
things.
me these?
Thank you. Corbin, what did you say? I just heard you say it.
All the particles are flipped.
Are the particles are flipped? What do you mean by that?
Like there's still H2, there's still oxygen everywhere, there's carbon. Carbon's literally just the same thing, but
Same
they're
thing as
in a
what?
different order.
C
Oh,
as glucose.
that it contains the same molecules over there. Okay, yep. So that's, you can't create, matter can't be created. You have to take what you have, and that's what makes the products. Okay, I get that. All right, so maybe I worded this question poorly. What do you notice about this equation compared to the photosynthesis equation?
Oh.
Take a look at your photosynthesis equation, everybody.
Yeah, I planned that.
Oh, I would be careful calling it a lot different.
It's a lot less complicated.
Um,
They're the same thing.
Yeah, because the other one has-
Right?
Olivia, thank you for raising your hand.
Well, they're kind of the same thing, but like they're just like have like different numbers.
Oh.
What I know.
So close.
Sure. Zach,
They just flip their own.
they're just flipped around. Okay, so if you take a look, if you take ATP out of this, what do I need in photosynthesis to do photosynthesis? I need carbon dioxide, I need water, and then sunlight, right? And then I end up making glucose and oxygen. Now, this is the opposite, right? Cellular respiration is taking glucose and it's taking oxygen and it's making, well, we need energy. That's what we want. So you should star this or circle it or make it look real pretty. That's what we want. And these are the byproducts, water and carbon dioxide. Okay, so it should be helpful to you to know that they are basically the same thing switched around. Yeah.
The guy said that on
He
the
did,
thing. He
right.
said that he could just switch the arrow
There you
around
go.
and then it'd
Wait,
be
he did?
cellular. Yeah.
Yep. So
If you're paying
I
attention,
remember
yeah.
that much.
there you go. Okay,
What is it?
it is the opposite of photosynthesis. Write that down.
Exactly.
It is opposite
Opposite.
of photosynthesis.
Opposite of photo. Got it.
Okay, so the plant literally is making that sugar and turning right around and taking that sugar to make energy for the plant to do plant things. Now, plants aren't running marathons, right? Plants just need to grow, make certain structures that help them stay alive. Okay, that's what it's using its energy for. You, on the other hand, are using your energy to do any number of billions of things. Okay, crying, sure, crying. Okay, so we've gotten into the equation. Now I'm going to draw the mitochondria.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
well, a mitochondrion. Okay,
Why do you
mitochondrion.
twist like this?
Double membrane. Okay, then you draw some like this.
Okay, so we are.
Ping pong.
It's my vibration voice. Fight me.
Don't say that in this classroom. Thank you. Okay, there you go. Again, it's like folds. We call that the matrix. Okay, not like the movie The Matrix. Okay, we have a double membrane on the outside.
Double membrane.
Double stuff membrane.
The membrane is layers of material folded upon itself. Okay, inside, or the matrix, excuse me. Layers of material folded upon itself.
Why is the universe folded upon itself?
Because it is upon itself.
So your universe is folded up on itself so much it is
Isn't this
output
incredible math?
Who wants to eat it?
It hurts my eyes.
The electric company.
Matrix. But
It actually kind of looks like teeth in a mouth.
It does.
Oh, it looks like
What do you think that we're
real
I don't know.
brothers.
Me, so I can follow.
Why is your brothers?
Okay. Now, there are like 3 separate cycles of, excuse me, cellular respiration. That would be glycolysis, the Krebs cycle. Glycolysis, the Krebs cycle, and the electron transport chain. We are not going through all of those. If you want to, and if you take AP Bio one day, okay, you can, AP Biology, you can look that up, okay? And you may learn more about that, about how that actually is broken down on a molecular level. We are not going as in depth on this as we did with photosynthesis, okay? What you need to know is what goes in and what comes out. What goes in is these 2 things. Sugar, oxygen. What comes out? Energy, water, carbon dioxide. So write that down. You need to know 2 items that go in and 3 items that go out. Okay? And I will get you this. So here's my picture here.
Oh my god, that's a lot of milk.
Down here on the bottom. It says no 2 items that go in and no 3 items that go out. 2 items that go in are glucose and oxygen. 3 items that go out, 32 ATP, which is energy. Okay. Now that's at its most efficient. If it's working at its most efficient, most efficient, I guess, the most that ATP in it, given 1 molecule of glucose, could be like 38-ish. Now it doesn't always break down that well. Okay, 32 ATP is what you need to know. Then carbon dioxide and water. Now, while you're writing this, maybe I'll throw some out here that may help you to remember it a little better than just memorizing formulas. Okay, so what's the respiration? What do you think of when you hear the word respiration?
Rest.
Rest, okay, that's not what I'm thinking of. Maybe anyone else? Yeah, go ahead. Breathing, respiration. This is my respiratory system, right? Now, think about when you're breathing. Okay, what are you taking in? Oxygen, right? That's the thing that's going in. Taking it in. Okay? And what are you pumping out? When you breathe, what are you pumping out?
Life.
No.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, okay? And also, think about this, when you're doing something that requires energy, okay? You need food to do so, right? So that glucose is coming in. So coming in, you have oxygen and food. Coming out, you have carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so think about this. Let's say you're running, or you're playing football or soccer or hockey, or you're doing a musical and you're running around and singing a song. Okay, what's gonna happen to your body when you get all hot and you're doing all this stuff? Sweaty. Okay, sweat is water, right? So you're losing carbon dioxide and water in the exchange for energy. So that's what helps me. I think of respiration. I'm breathing in oxygen and out comes carbon dioxide. I'm also taking in food to do all these things, and I'm sweating and I get energy out of it. So that helps me. That helps you? Great.
I said
hope so.
sweaty in a swim shirt.
Yeah.
Can you summarize what you just said? I was too busy writing down everything.
Okay, so I in summary, I liken or I compare cellular respiration to actual respiration of breathing. Because I breathe in oxygen and I breathe out carbon dioxide. And also, when I'm doing respiration, I'm typically doing an activity. What do I need in order to do an activity? I need to eat food that actually have energy. And I breathe out carbon dioxide. And when I'm doing an activity, I get all sweaty. What is sweat? It's water.
It's
Okay?
nasty.
And I'm also expending energy. And that's what's coming out. Energy, sweat, and carbon dioxide. All coming out.
make energy from sweat.
There you go. If you want to break it down simple, it really is that simple. But a lot of stuff has to happen in order for it to happen. Yeah.
Why were you putting your arm?
Why was I putting my armpits? Because I got sweaty pits.
Disgusting! We didn't want to know that.
I know, I'm kidding. All right, so that is cellular respiration. Questions on that? Does everybody at least have this written down? Okay, awesome. Now I want you to stand up.